Oh, hey guys. Sorry, having a bit of a lazy day. Yeah, I know I've been idle for the past couple of weeks. Sorry about that. But as you can tell from the title, a lot has been going on with me. I mean, just last week I went with my family to New York. That was a fun trip. Saw the show Jersey Boys, did a lot of walking around. And this vlog isn't going to have any edits or anything in it. I'm sorry, it's just that lazy day for me. But I thought I would catch you guys up on the things that have been going on in my life. Just yesterday, there was a tornado warning for my town here in Beverly, Mass. And that was kind of scary. Luckily, I survived, and as you can see, my house survived as well. It's a good thing. The tornado passed right by us and went out into the ocean, but that was scary. Anyway, we just holed up in my aunt's house and everything turned out alright. Ended up being a pretty relaxing day. Also, there were a few movies that I originally wanted to review, but again, never got around to. Sorry, time keeps getting away from me. I have had a lot of things to concentrate on, including my novel, which is coming along very nicely. Even so, I still feel that I should probably try to pick up the pace a bit, because I originally wanted to have a draft completed by the end of my summer break, and seeing as I go back the first week in September, yeah, I think I'm going to be cutting it kind of close. So I really got to start thinking about getting a good portion done each day. Even so, progress is progress. And again, I am sorry that I have not done that info video that I've been talking about doing for a long time now. Sorry, I just have to keep delaying it. It's just extenuating circumstances, you know? And again, I have to motivate myself. And that's part of the reason why I haven't really been doing as many movie reviews in the past months. You see, the whole thing, it was fun at first, but now it's kind of been getting a bit stale to me. I'm sorry, but, some things just get old after a while, and I need to find new ways of spicing them up. Not to mention, they've been getting progressively fewer and fewer views. Regardless, I still had a few films that I would like to talk about and share my thoughts on. So, let's begin with the first of those three. Here we go. Brave. Yes, I have been keeping the tickets. Yeah, I know that came out a few weeks ago. Anyway, that centers on the Princess Merida, who lives with her parents, and she's expected to carry out all those meaningful tasks of royalty, including marrying a prince and all that jazz. Kind of cliche plot, really, and, well, Pixar is really more known for their originality, and that's one of the problems I have with this picture. Nothing about it really surprised me. Granted, the voice acting was spectacular. I mean, especially the two parents, Fergus, who was voiced by Billy Connolly, who I swear has to be related to John Cleese, and Eleanor, the mother, who was voiced by Emma Thompson. The family itself, I thought, worked really well. They felt like fully fleshed out three-dimensional characters, except for Merida's three little brothers, triplets. They never spoke, and anytime they were interacting on screen, it felt something like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, they were funny, they were entertaining, but again, they were one-note characters. In fact, apart from the family, or mainly Merida and her parents, pretty much everybody felt like a one-note character in this one. I mean, they came in, they had their jokes, and it just went along with that. And that kind of disappointed me because Pixar is normally really good with their character development. Uh, Granted, there was this one character who was a witch. She's simply credited as the witch, who disguises herself as a woodworker, uh, voiced by Julie Walters. But again, she only got two scenes, and she basically was just used as a plot point. Even so, she was very fun with her limited screen time. And don't get me wrong, the animation in this was beautiful as always. Voice acting was great, but another problem I had was in the previous Pixar films, I always got a sense that everything we saw was a part of a much larger world. Granted, they've all taken place on Earth, and many of them have taken place in a somewhat realistic real world. Even so, with this one, it just seems so contained, like there wasn't really much of anything beyond this. There were really just two settings, or maybe three: the castle, the grounds, and the forest. And that's about it. Also, this one, for its PG rating, didn't really get all that dark. Granted, there was a bear, and that I could see as being kind of intimidating for younger viewers, but for others, standard action plot. Even so, it was pretty cool to see. And there were a couple risque shots in this, but I found them funny, so I think adults can appreciate that. And don't get me wrong, this is a good family picture that I think a lot of people can really enjoy. It's just not one of the strongest entries for Pixar, and they just could have upped the ante. I mean, I did hear that they changed directors like halfway through, and it does kind of feel that way because there is a pretty big tonal shift, especially when one pretty significant thing occurs. Uh, but I don't want to spoil that. Even so, the princess was a bit whiny. Don't get me wrong, she was strong and all. Man, I keep saying don't get me wrong, but I don't want you to get me wrong. But she didn't really seem to like taking responsibility for her actions. And again, no real surprises. Even so, it's a real fun film and a very good film nonetheless. So I would give it about an 8 out of 10. So, yeah, excellent, even despite its faults. And I guess I should move on to my second film. I should probably pick up the pace here. Ted. Saw that one for my birthday, and let me tell you, I don't think I've laughed so much at a film in years. It was absolutely hilarious. I mean, Seth MacFarlane is gold. He's a comedic genius, and you can really tell that he had a large part in writing the script for this. And it even had a lot of pulp culture references, and normally those are kind of lame and overused, but in this one they really worked. They hit all the notes. And it did even have a couple regulars from Family Guy in it. I mean, for example, early on in the film, when Mark Wahlberg is a little kid wishing his teddy bear alive, his mom is voiced by, well, she's played by Alex Borstein, who's the voice of Lois on Family Guy, and he even has a coworker played by Patrick Warburton, who voices Joe on Family Guy. And it does have some pretty cool cameos in it. They're pretty funny, and it really takes full advantage of the novelty and just ridiculousness, if that's even a word, of its whole premise. Also, Mila Kunis, she is sexy as ever, and I'm sure you all know she's the voice of Meg on Family Guy. And she gels perfectly with Wahlberg, and he's great too. So, all around, it was just an awesome picture, and I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. Nearly perfect. Granted, it does have a bit of a villain with Giovanni Ribisi, but he doesn't really do all that much until the third act, so he was a bit underutilized. Even so, that's a very minor gripe. And then there was the third film, which I saw. Let me find the ticket. Yes, The Amazing Spider-Man. I might still like to dedicate a full review to that one, so I'm not going to talk about it right now. Also, going back to the topic of my novel, the back, got my drawings right here. I have, in fact, started an account on DeviantArt, where I've already begun uploading some of my drawings. So, if you want to see those, you can go to DeviantArt and type in Anthro Lover J. That's Anthro, A-N-T-H-R-O, Lover J, J-A-Y. So please do that. because it's also got info on the novel itself and the story, and a lot of in-depth bios on all the characters who I've uploaded so far, and there are many more to come. So I think that covers it. This video is getting kind of long. I think it's gone over 10 minutes by now. But I just wanted to catch you guys up on some stuff. And I'm currently filming this on July 19th, so The Dark Knight Rises will be coming out tomorrow. And I know at one point I originally stated that I wanted to do a retrospective on all the previous Batman films. But again, time got away from me, and I never got around to it, so what can you do? And I do want to do a full review of that film. So hopefully you can expect that from me in the near future as well. Uh, Anything else? I think that about covers it for now. There is a chance I might still do that retrospective. I do have a lot of things still planned for the future. And I hope you all enjoyed my 50th video, which I did a couple weeks back. And I'm hoping that's going to become a new series, Things That Get Jay Thinking. And wow, this video is going on a long time. It's gone on over 11 minutes now, so I'd better wrap it up. So, it's been nice talking to you guys, and I hope to see you again in the near future. Sorry I've been idle, but hey, what can you do? Peace.